Okay, I wanted to share a technique I use for creating panoramas. First steps, I have to be out in the field. Unfortunately, I'm not out there right now, but you want to get a nice level tripod setting and then just kind of pan across to make sure you're seeing the horizon as straight as possible. I know that sometimes it'll be imperfect, especially with lenses where you get the warping. But this is where we come to this point where I have already taken photos that were stacked. And let's see here. I might have missed a group. No, that's another one. So I take 7 photos at a time. I try and find that median range and then expand it, a couple stops further each photo. And then I group them in a stack in a bridge. It makes it a little easier to figure out where the files that you're using. Open them up in Camera Raw. Merge to HDR. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this because I've already got it saved. Another thing to help keep things organized, just rename the file. So I started off as 1 test. I've got 2 test, 3 test, 4 test, 5 test, 6, 7, 8, and 9 frames. I'm going to open those up in RAW and create the piano. You select these all down here and merge to Panorama. You won't be doing HDR because they're already stacked. And I turned off settings like the auto right here. You get the same thing for the HDR. That way you're not getting something that's super light over here and then super dark over here, and they just won't match. Like maybe you'll get a middle frame that's like completely out of bounds or whatever. I use the cylindrical setting for this one. There's also spherical and perspective, and sometimes you just kind of have to jam around with them. That has a little bit of warp there, you can see just by the edges. Pretty great, and spherical, not much of a change there. Another thing I do is boundary warp. Hopefully it doesn't photo too much. You can see I was off on my angle though, about, what was that, 10 degrees. So it's climbing uphill, which actually might be the actual hills out here because it's the foothills going into the mountains. So let's go ahead and merge it. Save it as your whatever file name you want to save it as. I just do it as that because I'll know just looking through bridge how it looks, and then just crop it. That's one of the things too, is like when you're out in the field, you want to take a little bit more frames just because you may want to crop it at some point to straighten it out, or it's a little more wiggle room. I think that looks fairly straight, and there we go. You can start playing with the highlights, bring out these right here, and whatever. This isn't a tutorial to show you how to use RAW, but hopefully you already know how to use it, and if not, maybe I should make another tutorial. So hope you enjoyed this very raw tutorial.